Okay, welcome to Tuesday night at Maury's. Or with Maury, sorry. Or wait, Tuesday, you never heard of that, you're too young. In 50 years you'll get that joke. This is Tuesday night chess class where we discuss what part of the game?
Endgame.
Good, see, some of you knew. Okay, now nobody here's over 1,000 rated, so we'll dumb it down a little bit.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, that's a knight. A knight moves like an L. L rhymes with the word smell.
Yeah.
That's a bishop. That rhymes with nothing. Okay, so we won't talk about that. Okay, so obviously, what we're going to do is, I've played in 2 chess tournaments the last 2 weeks, and I played, carry the 1 plus tax. I played 11 games, and I got 9 wins and 2 draws. And in my 11 games, I thought 3 of them had worthy endgames of my class. And then I wanted to show you some more stuff, so I went back into the vault before everybody was born, and only me and my opponent were the people on Earth. So we played chess. What else are we going to do? And I had a really interesting endgame. I think it was from 1991, but I could be incorrect, which I usually am. Right? You agree?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, he agrees I'm usually incorrect. Okay, so obviously, some of you are looking the wrong way. Yeah, sit normally in the chair. All right, so obviously I played king takes f8. Now, you were taught, not by me, that a bishop and a knight are worth 6. Hold on. Okay, and a rook and a pawn are worth 6. Hold on. Okay, so in almost any opening or middle game, almost, I would say 95% of the time, a bishop and a knight is better than a rook and a pawn. However, this is an endgame, and it's an endgame class, and now it's like 50-50. It depends. Now, we've discussed this in previous classes, but you guys probably weren't in those classes. And what we discussed was the value of the pieces isn't always the same. Right? It's not like a bishop's worth 3 because I said so. Sometimes a bishop's worth 3, sometimes it's worth 1,000,000. Depends. Sometimes it's worth 0. Now, in this position, there's several things that matter. One is somebody going to queen? And the answer is no. Nobody's queening a pawn here. There's one passed pawn, and I'm going to take it. So I'm not worried about his passed pawn. The other is, let's look at the activity of the pieces. My king is much closer to the center than his is. My king can walk up the board, and his king can't move. And it's in the corner. And probably for him, not for me, for him the most important thing is his rook activity. So if we put the rook on like c7 or d7, well, maybe I would prefer white. Maybe. Probably. Then my king can't move up and his rook is taking everything. But look where his rook is. So we put his pieces on the worst squares, and we put my pieces on very good squares. Okay? So if I turn on the engine and say, what's the evaluation? It's going to say black's winning. And here's what's weird about this. This was the last round for first place. We both had 4 out of 4. So whoever wins the tournament. And he intentionally went into this position. Like 5 moves ago, he traded all the pieces to get this. And I was like, well, this is great. Okay, so it turned out my judgment was correct. Okay, he activated his rook. He played rook a3. That attacks my bishop.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I move my bishop. And there's 3 ways he can activate his rook. There's this file, there's this file, and there's this file. Well, rook here is bad because I fork his king and rook.
Yeah.
So I wasn't worried about that. If he checks me, I go to e7, which is where I want to go. And then his rook can't do anything. And if he goes to b3, I can play b6, and he can't do anything. So I was like, okay, great. Okay. And he played rook f3. I played king e7, obviously. He played h3 so his king could get out. I moved my king up the board. And he played g4. Now, most of you, without thinking, would immediately play
King takes c5.
right, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't actually do that, you're just helping me out. Thank you.
Yep.
That was nice of you. So, the only thing that matters is that his rook doesn't get active. There's no way he's going to save his pawn.
Wait. g6?
G6 is legal.
You can
But-
stop rook f5.
I don't really care about rook f5. I'm an adult. Yeah. So, here's what I care about. I'll tell you what I care about. I care about rook f7.
Yeah.
If he plays rook f7 and I can't take it, that's a good rook. Therefore, I don't want to take this pawn with my king. I want to take it with my
Bishop.
bishop. However, If I take it with my bishop, then when he plays rook b3, I can't play my b, it's not tightened up over there. So then I found a good idea. Let's take it with the knight.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So I played b6, so I'm tight over there. Everything's defended. Is this defended? Say no.
No.
Is that defended?
No.
No. Okay, now everything's defended. Right? Okay, he made a move, and I took it with my knight. See? Yeah. And everything's defended. He can't do anything. Okay, and I took it with my knight. And now, can his rook ever infiltrate? What would the Germans say?
9.
Ooh, that's a good answer. My answer was Ish don't think so, but I like your answer too. Okay, so now I have a bishop and a knight for a rook, and he has no pawns. Horrible. Okay. Remember, the only thing that matters for either one of us is his rook doesn't get good and start taking everything. Okay? That's, of course, it never does. He played king f1 to get his king into the center. I played knight c6. Now if he gets into the center, probably that's a good move. Probably. Okay, so he moved king e1. I played g6 because you said so.
Yep.
And he moved his rook. And I attacked his rook again. Man, it's not easy. You thought a rook was good, but it's just trapped. The rook has like no good squares. Rook c3, I play bishop b4 with advantage. And rook d3, rook e3, look at that. Look at that, you can't go anywhere. Okay, so you got 3 choices. G3, F1, and F4. They're all terrible. He chose F4. And I played bishop d6 with obvious threats. What were they obvious?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, you should probably stop that. You.
Well.
Exactly. You with your hand 1/3 up. What? Was your hand up?
No.
It was like this. He kept moving his head back and forth. He played a blunder. When I say a blunder, he's losing anyway. For example, let's try on the kibitzer. Right? Plus 1.6, winning 1.7. If I let it sit for an hour, it'll say plus 3 probably. Okay. He played rook f2. Now, that move actually loses very quickly, and if I left the engine on, you would know why. So I turned the engine off. See, Grandmaster. Yeah. Okay, now it's a tactic, so Archer's hand went way up in the air, because it's a tactic. And I asked him, what if you make the other people mad? And he said, I just don't care. That's why my hand's way up in the air. You!
I take g4.
Yeah, that's what I did. And I tell my students the same thing, and one day they'll listen. There's 3 moves you look at before you play. You look at captures, checks, and threats. Threats is too hard, so we'll just stick with captures and checks. That's a capture. Oh, I had a lot of captures here he had to look at. How many captures does black have?
1.
1. And I have 2 checks, and they're both ridiculous. Well, I have 3 checks. I didn't even see this check. That check's not ridiculous. That check's okay. So, if I win here, that's ridiculous. If I go here, that's ridiculous. That doesn't really do anything. He moves his king.
Well, knight d3, then bishop d3. It's not actually.
Right, that's true, but that's why knight g4 is good. Right. So now he should play rook e2 check, the only move I looked at. And then what do I do?
Knight e5.
Yeah, and if I don't see knight e5, and he plays rook e2, I'll be like, uh-oh. I went from winning to losing in one move. I would still win, but... Okay, but of course I saw rook e2, because rook e2 is...
A check.
A check. So if he can capture something, or if he can check, I see that. Also, let's say my bishop was somewhere over here, like off the board, and his rook moved and attacked my bishop, then he would attack my bishop and my knight. So I would see that. That's what I look for. I don't just go, oh, he gets to take it. I don't force my opponent to make a move. I look at every move that's good. Now, he should have played rook e2 check. I would have played knight e5, and I'm incredibly winning, but he took it, so. Yeah.
Only.
Yeah, okay. And now, I think it announces mate if you let it sit for like 20 minutes. But it's like plus 54 after like 10 seconds. Because this pawn's gonna go over here, and when his king comes over, yum, 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 yeah. And then I can get 3 queens or 4 queens, 5 queens.
And then you'll win.
Yeah, and the number gets really high the longer you let it sit. It goes crazy. And it's only on 2 CPUs. If it was like on a lot of CPUs, it would announce mate. But the computer's slow. Now, when the computer starts making noise, that's when you know you're winning. And I'm not kidding. Can you hear it? The fan went on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually makes noise when you're winning. Because it has to work hard. If it's equal, it's like whatever. It's like, oh, now you see the numbers get crazy, right? Yeah, crazy like a fox. Not like Fox News. Okay, so he resigned. Yeah. So, and by the way, I complain to my students about this, and then they do the same thing anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I complain that when people are losing, they're like, oh, I found the fastest way to lose. How about trying not to lose when you're losing? They're like, no, I'm gonna lose real fast. So here, in this position, when we started, he's like a little losing, and I'm +1, +1.5. And then in this position, when he doesn't see knight takes g4, he has to play rook e2 check and be losing, and he goes here, and then it's okay, +54 and mate. Yeah, I mean, you can't go to king and pawn ending where I'm queening on both sides of the board. Rawr! Okay, so that was relatively easy endgame win, considering it wasn't that easy. Like, it should have been hard. If his rook got active, I might have lost, and then he would have woke up and apologized.
Yeah.
Okay. And this was played... What's that? Never heard of him. Okay. So, sort of accidentally got this position. Now, this is an endgame, and everything's equal. We each have a minor piece, a rook, a king, and 5 pawns. Or do I have 2 kings? No, just 1. And he has a passed pawn, and I have a passed pawn. Everybody's happy. Okay, my bishop's better than his knight. My pawn structure's better because he has 2 pawns I could potentially capture, and he's not going to capture those. Okay, and his king is open on the 7th rank, and my king is really, 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 really safe.
That's exactly what you said on the YouTube video.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you mean of the tournament?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's exactly what I said, but it's probably close. Okay, now here he failed miserably. So I should win this in like 30 moves, but I won in like 6 moves. And not only that, I won in 30 moves because he didn't resign. He played till mate. So. But way before mate, you guys will be like, whoa, why is he playing on? Okay. So in this position, he played a5. I don't blame him because that's a passed pawn. So you might as well get a queen. Okay, now, what would you play here with white? What move makes sense to you?
C6.
C6. You.
Bishop D1.
Bishop D1. You.
Bishop E2.
Bishop E2. I don't understand Bishop E2. Would you explain?
Oh, to come to A6.
Yeah, but there's a knight on C7.
Oh.
Careful. Otherwise, I would agree with you. Yeah. So Bishop D1, I thought about that. C6, I thought about that. And since somebody watched my video, you know that C6 is the best move. I didn't play C6.
I know you did.
Yeah. What did I play? I played the second best move.
Bishop takes D5. No. Bishop D1.
Hanging my bishop? No.
Bishop D1. What about sacking?
What about it?
Just sack.
Don't sack.
Oh.
So there's an old joke, which may not be a joke. It's probably apocryphal, right? So yeah.
What?
Yeah. So there's a story that there's a book in German that says what spectators should do when they're watching a chess game. And the book had 1 line in it, and the other pages were blank. And it said, keep your mouth shut. That was it. Okay, if I wrote a book on sacrificing, it would be the same book. It would say, don't. And then that'd be the end of the book. And another apocryphal story, since you like that word so much, is there's a poker book, and it said, when to bluff. And it said, don't. Yeah, so, yeah, I agree with a lot of that. Anyway, I wanted to play rook d7. I'm a grandmaster and you're not, so I played rook d7. By the way, if you could cheat and play rook d7, that looks pretty good.
But you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, so what move did I play?
Rook D8.
Yeah, now I want to play rook d7, and maybe I want to play bishop d5. I don't want to play bishop d5, but maybe I do, but I don't. Okay, so he played king f6, which is not the best move, because I play rook d7. Okay, now he made a really bad move, like really bad, like bad. And again, there's several reasons these things happen. You guys don't even understand. You think you know why it happened, but you don't. And the reason everybody always gives is, well, you're higher rated than him, he played bad. No. Because I play a lot of people I'm higher rated than, and they play fine. And the position's equal, or I'm slightly better, or they're slightly better. and it's move 20, and it's move 30, and then something happens where every move is bad. And I'm like, what happened to them? They played the same strength as me, then they're like, yeah, that's enough. Now I'm gonna play bad every move. And I'm like, what? Okay, so A5 wasn't the best move. King F6 wasn't the best move. This move's incredibly bad. This move's worse than bad. Okay, it would be better if he didn't move than make this move. And the reason this happens is people make moves and don't think about what you're gonna do. Okay, so he played King E6. So what am I gonna do?
Rook takes H7.
Rook takes what? I can play Rook takes H7, but I have a much better move.
C6, C5. C6.
Some of the moves suggested were illegal, but yeah, C6. After C6, black has one move that's very obvious.
Rook A7.
Rook A7. And now I have a move that's very obvious.
Rook takes H7.
Better than Rook H7.
Bishop takes D5.
Yeah.
Well,
So this makes King E6 look quite bad. Quite.
yeah.
So like before King E6, I was like +2, now I'm like +2,000. So again, what most people are like, well, you were winning anyway, it doesn't matter. I've won a lot of games where I'm -2 and my opponent's winning. Then it's -2, 10 moves later it's -1, 10 moves later it's equal, and then I win. When my opponents are, and I'm +2, they're like, oh, I resign. That's what the last guy did. He had a much worse ending, and he lost instantly. This guy had a worse ending, he lost instantly. How about like fighting and playing good moves? No. I mean, after King E6, I can play Rook takes H7 or C6. C6 wins everything. So. Okay, he played here. Now you guys are greedy, so you would take on H7. But I'm greedier. I'm older than you. Okay? And what's the best thing you can do in chess? You don't have to look up there. You.
Checkmate your opponent.
Yeah, so how about let's do that?
F4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then I play Rook F7
Play
mate.
two of his moves.
Yeah. Yeah. Which are the two? King E5?
King E5 and King G5.
Oh, King G5 already stopped it.
H4.
Yeah, I'm pawn H4. Yeah. Okay, so actually it's not even clear F4 is the best move, but I thought he'd resign, but I was wrong. He played here. And now I have two moves that incredibly win. Nobody knows which is better. It's too hard. I played Bishop C4. That incredibly wins. It wins so much you're too young to see it.
What?
Yeah, if you look at that, you'll start crying. You're too young.
Oh.
Okay, and another move that incredibly wins, which I also saw, is Rook B7. You're also too young to see that. And I was like, man, which one's better?
Hey, what about Rook to F7? Checkmate.
His Rook takes my Rook.
Oh.
Yeah. Then I would lose. No, anything but that. Okay, so I played Bishop C4, and now the correct move he missed. What's the correct move? Yeah, that guy got it. Resigns. That's the correct move. I can prove it. I hate to prove it, but I'll prove it.
So it's gonna be Rook picks D6.
Yeah, you see the numbers there? Resigns is best. Even the engine agrees.
Yeah, you also hear 58.
I'm scared of those numbers. You're too young to see these numbers. Okay, so he should resign. But now, he did something that I approve of. I approve. He doesn't resign. He didn't resign later when it was like more lost. He just played till mate. That's okay. I don't mind that. So he played till mate. Okay. Now, I played a move only a grandmaster would play here. You're not a grandmaster, so you can't play it. If you play it, we'll have to call like the police.
Bishop A4.
Right.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, because Bishop A4 is not necessarily the best move, but you can't move against me. I don't allow it. I don't allow you to move. Okay, then I did it again here, Britney Spears style. Okay, I did it again. What did I do?
You promoted.
No, you played King D6. If I promoted, would I ask you?
King D6.
Yeah, his king can go to C5 and run away. Well, actually, it can't, because if I queen and he plays King C5, I play Queen D4 mate. But that's way too much analysis. So I play King D6.
What?
Yes. And then after here, I play King C7. And he was like, but I want to move. And I'm like, no. And then the director came and he was like, no.
But
He told my opponent, yeah. No, not this tournament. This was the one at the mall or whatever. Yeah. Okay. And then, let's see who's good at counting. How many checkmates do I have?
4.
What?
4.
Why do you think it's 4?
Because he has. It should be 5. No.
5.
No.
Wait, who just moved?
Queen
It's White's turn.
We have queen e8, queen b7, queen b6, and bishop b5. 4.
and Queen B5.
What?
B5's me?
Oh,
No, but then queen a7, so it's 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bishop B5, Queen A8, Queen B7,
Queen b6.
Queen B6.
That guy's right. Now, which one did the Grandmaster play?
Bishop b5.
Bishop to B5.
Bishop b5.
Queen E8.
Man, tough decision, right? I played here because I thought it was the funniest.
Yeah.
I don't know why. So it was. Okay, so that was an ending where I was better, maybe clearly better, and then no resistance. Like he should like try to fight. Okay. You kids are good at fighting. Okay, this was the worst of the 4. It's as far as losing for no reason. Okay, in this position, this was round 5. Now here's why I'm mad. Sometimes when I win, I'm mad. I'm not Yermolinsky mad. Don't get me wrong. Now you never heard of Yermolinsky, but you have, and you claim to have, right? Okay. And then you're like, what? What's Yermolinsky? Okay, and Yermolinsky at home is like, oh, that's me. I have a funny story about that. A friend of mine in Michigan, who I haven't seen in years, his name is Krishnan Sudarshan. What country is he from?
India.
Right. And I beat him once, and I've known him for years and years and years, like 2000. And I said, this move was played in the game, Sudarshan Finegold. And he's like, who's that? And I said, that's you. And he says, oh yeah. That happened. He was like, oh yeah, that's me. Okay, so Yermolinsky's like, that's me, I'm Yermolinsky. Right? Okay, Yermolinsky, unlike you, unlike all of you, and me a little, but really you, he gets really mad if his opponent blunders. He's furious. You guys are doing cartwheels to your opponent blunders. You're like, yes, he hung his queen. He hung mate and won. I won. You're most like, I'm playing chess over here and you blundered. What are you doing? Let's play some chess. Why are you blundering? The game's over now. Horrible. Okay, that's what my opponent did this game. My opponent played bishop f1 because...
He wants to take the g2 pawn.
Incorrect. Because...
He wanted to leave.
Because...
You wanted to resign.
Because...
It's your favorite.
You're the
Always
worst
play
audience
bishop
ever.
f1.
Always play bishop f1. Right. Okay. Obviously that's from White's point of view, but that's the only joke that made any sense. Okay. And the correct answer is what you said, but I'm still mad because you didn't say the joke. Okay. Now, I played rook d2 for obvious reasons. Now, in this position, White has 3 advantages. White's up a pawn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Black has 2 isolated pawns on the queen side, and White has
the
0. And White has a rook on a nice open file, and that guy is over there. Unfortunately, my doubled pawn, my extra pawn is doubled and blocked. So that's okay, but you know, what am I supposed to do? And he played a move that got rid of one of his issues.
f5.
F4.
Now you saw the game, but you're still confused.
F4.
f5.
Yeah, he played f4. Very good. Yeah. No, it's Black's move because White just played rook d2. So what move did Black play to get rid of one of his issues?
f5.
What issue does that get rid of?
It gets rid of
You just saw the game, but you're several moves late or early, whichever one's funnier.
It gets rid of one of your issues.
Well, that's correct. Yeah, that's why it was a terrible move. But we didn't get to that yet. You didn't hear him. So what move did he make that actually got rid of one of his issues? I told you what his issues were.
c4.
C4. Right, that's a good move. So if I want to have him keep his isolated pawn, I have to play b4, and that's not good. He'll play c3 and bishop d3 and rook c. I'll probably lose. Okay, so I played the obvious move, which you have to play if you're my student. Otherwise, you're fired. Is this an endgame?
Yeah.
What do you do in the endgame? I say every lecture every 3 seconds.
Promote.
Lecture.
That would be good. If I could promote, I would. I agree.
Promote.
Can't promote here. What else do I say to do?
Take stuff.
Always.
I say take stuff in all parts of the game. In the end game, what do I say to do?
Move your king up.
Correct. King b2. Okay. And he traded. Now he got rid of one of his issues. Okay. Now he played a move so vile, and then you kept saying it, but now he did it actually. So in my opinion, and you can disagree because your opinion matters a lot, this should be a draw. And I think if 2 super GMs were playing or 2 supercomputers, it would be drawn more often than win. Because, I mean, if he plays bishop b5 and pawn a6, what do you want me to do? I mean, he just chills. Okay, and I have winning chances because I have an extra pawn, and I can move my king up and he can't, but like, so what? So he should just, he should chill. People don't like to chill when they're low rated. They like to go crazy. They love it. When they're high rated, I do nothing for 50 moves, then you blunder. When you're low rated, you blunder for 50 moves, okay? So here, he's playing pretty well. Now let's go back to how strong he is, okay? His rating's 2150, which to you means nothing. But to you at home, that's pretty good. But he won all of his games. He won all of his games before this game and all of his games after this game. So he's pretty good, right? He tied for first with me, okay? As did everybody. So somebody who's playing well and has a slightly worse position and wins all of his games shouldn't play the next move. F5. It's just terrible. The reason it's terrible is every reasonable move is good now. I could take, or a rule you don't know,
En passant.
I could take en passant, and they're both good. I don't even know which is better, and I had to guess during the game. And since I like queening my pawns, I got a pass pawn.
How is en passant good?
Because after the en passant capture, I have a real majority now, 4-3, and the 7th rank is open. So if I play like bishop c3, and rook here, and these pawns are weak, all of his pawns are weak. And I had a doubled pawn that couldn't move, and now I have a real majority. So this is great. Okay, but a pass pawn is a pass pawn. I mean, okay, pass pawn. Also, I followed my rule. This rule's a little advanced, but I say it every lecture. When they play f5, you play e takes f5. Very specific rule. Yeah, that's one of my rules. Watch all my videos, you'll see me say it all the time. So I played e takes f5. Okay, and he took. Okay, now, this is difficult, because now I do the opposite of what I teach, but I had a good reason. I'm not sure what it was, but I had a good reason. Okay, in this endgame, with no other knowledge of anything, if I had to put pawns on a color, if I had to, my pawns would go on white. I want to put pawns on the color of his bishop, so his bishop can't move, and not on the color of my bishop, so my bishop can move. However, his bishop isn't here. Or here, or here, or here, or here. Then I'm happy. Bishop's here. His bishop's behind my pawns, so if I leave them on that color, he'll take them. If his bishop was here, you can see how my pawns thwart him. He can't do anything. If they were on dark squares, his bishop could go here and chill. He'd be like, wow, look at that great square for my bishop. So I like where they are, but I can't do anything because his bishop's attacking them. So I didn't want to move them, but I thought I had to. Plus, I have a passed pawn, I don't want to lose it. So I played f4, and then I played g3. Okay? And now he made a really, really, really bad move. But now I can't lose my pawns, so now I'm ready to play rook here, and pawn here, and bishop here, and rawr. Okay, I'm ready for everything.
That's
Okay?
illegal move for the
No, I'm a grandmaster.
Oh.
Okay, so now he was like la 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 la, and I'm like, stop saying that. Okay, he just like, yeah, whatever, f4, g3, that doesn't do anything. So he played bishop b5, and his bishop on f1 was attacking all of my pawns, and now it's not, so he put it somewhere else. Okay, and now he saw the move I played, but he didn't see my next move. He said if he did, he wouldn't have played bishop b5. Okay, so what's the only reason white is better here?
He has the pass pawn.
Yeah, so I played
E6.
e6. Yeah. Okay,
Pass pawns always mean
yeah, and now he can't play king f7, and he can't play bishop d7, and he can't play bishop f7, he can't play rook f, he can't do anything. And my bishop's controlling this square. So he thought if I played e6, he would win my pawn. He thought he would play rook e8. And he just missed my next move, he didn't see it. He said I didn't see rook d6.
rook d8.
Well, rook d8 would be a draw because he would take it. And then it would be a draw because I can't do anything. With the rooks off the board, now, you were taught lies. And then I teach you not to believe those lies, then you don't believe me, so it doesn't matter. But I try. The lies you were taught was that bishop opposite colors makes it a draw. If there's rooks on the board, it's always a win. Always. Rook and bishop opposite colors, that's the best. And so if I trade rooks, I can't win because I can't do anything. With rooks on the board, then I can do something, like trap his rook. Okay, and he didn't see rook d6. If I don't play rook d6, I'm probably not winning. Although rook d5 wins. Probably he thought I would attack his bishop he would save his bishop, and then I would take this and he would take that. And that's gotta be a draw. Okay? I'm not gonna play e6 if he can take it. So, when I played e6, he just said, whoa, e6. I thought I could play rook e8. What am I missing? He's played rook e8 immediately. Like, I'm nobody. I mean, maybe I'm nobody, but I'm still saw rook e8. Okay, rook d6. Now he wanted to resign because he was like, oh my god, rook d6. Now he can't do anything. All his pieces are trapped. And I have a passed pawn, and now I can saunter, because you like to saunter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can go here. Oh man, can his king go up?
His king.
Ah!
His king is like a bishop.
What do we say in India? His king can't do Vishwa nothing. Yeah. But my king walking up the board. Oh snap.
Like a bishop.
Now, right, he played g6. Boo! Not the Chinese grandmaster, but for real, right? And you know who taught me about boo? It was Kasparov, the friendly ghost. Okay. Now, and they never heard of Kasparov, they don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You don't either, because you guys at home are pretty suspicious. Okay, now,
Like Castro.
there's something you never heard of because you're not good enough, especially you at home. And it's called domination. You've never done it. And there's a lot of examples of grandmasters doing it to non-grandmasters. Since grandmasters know about it, they don't let people do it to them. However, there's some famous Fischer examples where his bishop dominated a knight and the knight couldn't move. Like Fischer-Taimanov, for example. And there's other examples too. And if you dominate your opponent and they can't move, that's good. The only domination you guys know about is pins. You know what a pin is. You pin their knight to their king, they can't move their knight. And you're like, okay, they can't move their knight. You guys like that. There's other dominations where they can move their knight, but you just take it. Like their knight's on the side of the board, and your bishop's in the center, and you're like, move your knight, I dare you. Okay, that's what I did here. I dominated my opponent. Ow. So what move did I play?
Rock.
Rook d7.
That had nothing to do with what I said. You just made a random legal move.
Yeah.
If you're going to dominate a piece, tell me which piece you're
Rook
dominating.
d5.
Which piece does that dominate?
Bishop.
The bishop has 7,000 squares to go to. It can go to a6 or c6 or e2 or f1. Rawr! Even when I tell you what to do, you don't do it. Rawr! I'm mad at the class. Even at home, you don't know what to do. You're like drinking beer. Terrible. You know why they're drinking beer at home? I'm serious. You know why? Because there's only one person watching, Simon Williams. Oh, snap.
Oh.
Unsweet iced tea. Anyone? Anybody? Bueller? No, you got nothing? You're all talking a badge?
No.
What?
No.
I'll give you a hint, because I didn't give you enough hints. I dominated his rook. You!
Bishop d8.
Bam! Now, you can make a lot of rook moves, but you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can move my king like this, just to laugh at you. If I wanted to. Then you would be like, right? Obviously, if he doesn't do anything, I'm gonna saunter. Oh man, this is gonna be great. Okay, so after bishop d8, it's gonna be plus a billion. Now you agree, white is up a pawn.
Yep.
And usually, the lower rated you are, that's all you know. Like, I'm up a pawn. The computer's gonna say +1. If you understand strategical chess and domination, the computer's gonna say a lot. It's gonna say some crazy number. See, look at that, 2, that's crazy. It's gonna go higher because it's not as smart as I am. Okay, 3, it'll get really much higher, but that's to think about it. It's like, man, you can't do anything. And then you hear how much noise it's making?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, whoa, I thought you were down a pawn, but you're just totally winning. Okay, so now he went crazy because he knew he was losing. So he's like, I got an idea, I'll lose as fast as possible. Because I wanted to go eat. So he's like, oh, I have a good idea. Now you, after this game, since he lost so fast, I got to eat with your mom and her dad. Otherwise, I had no chance. California Pizza Kitchen.
Wow.
Right, and that's pretty far from the tournament. But he lost as fast as he could, so I could go eat.
Yeah, that's good.
If I was black, I would also lose, but it would take a while. I would chill, and I'd wait, and I'd try to stop his king from coming in, and I would lose in 20 moves. He was like, I have an idea, I'll lose immediately. And I said, okay. And the director's like, I'll allow that talker. He played a move that will shock all of you.
Resign.
No. And he's 2150, He played a move you wouldn't think of. And when I show it to you, you'll be like, is that a typo? Yeah, I'm serious. You'll be like, he didn't play that. He played bishop a6. Oh, he played h5, I forgot. Then he played bishop a6.
What? What?
Yeah,
What?
2150. Someday you'll be 2150. Well, if I take his bishop, he takes my bishop. So he realized this pawn's pretty good. So he wanted to go bishop c8. Yeah, smart. Unfortunately, man, that don't work. Okay, now he made the worst move in chess history. He actually got an award.
Rook d7.
Close. His move is just as good. Yeah,
Rook d3.
very close. You're getting closer. It's in the middle. Rook d6.
Dang it.
Yeah, that's not good. And then I made a move and he resigned, which was correct.
e7.
E7.
E7, he plays king f7.
Oh.
Wait, just rook a8 check.
Yeah, then I play e7.
Because then you have the e8 score.
Yeah, then I queen. Yeah. Now he incredibly resigned. He said, I incredibly resign. And I accepted.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay, so he went from like much worse to I resign. He like, and f5 was crazy. Like it was probably a drawn position with best play, and he lost it immediately. Okay, and again, you could say, well, you're higher rated than him, so he lost. He played as good as I did for 30 moves, and he's like, okay, that's enough. Here, you win. Now, I'm not complaining, although I am complaining. Your Malinsky would be furious. He'd be like, f5, what are you doing? Rook d6, what are you doing? Why do you lose instantly when you don't have to?
Resign, what are you doing?
Well, no, resign, I knew he was doing that. I was really expecting resign here. Yeah. And he won all of his games. He won every game he played except that one. That's more games than I won, right? So it's not like he's a bad player, but he was like, I'm going to take 10 moves off now and play bad. And I'm like, all right. Okay, now last but not least, right, was a game I played a long time ago. Long. 1991 in Groningen, which is in your favorite country. No adults, please, although you don't know either. Anybody? Okay, you give up. You.
Germany?
Close. You couldn't be closer.
Oh, Austria?
No, you went going the wrong
I went
way.
the wrong.
Going the wrong way.
French?
That's a good answer, but it's a good answer, but wrong. What?
Indian.
No.
India.
India's 1 trillion miles from all these answers.
France.
We already said France. It's still wrong.
Oh, Spanish.
See, now you're in the right area. You did good. It's the wrong answer, but that's acceptable.
Spain?
Yeah, Spanish and Spain is the same. Yeah, good
That's what I
job.
meant.
Yeah, even the adult doesn't know?
We'll get all of them eventually.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. It's next to Belgium, which you should have mentioned by now. Next to Belgium.
Belgium.
Do you know why I know Belgium? I lived there for 4 years. I showed you. I lived in your favorite city. No, became a city in Belgium?
Wait.
Hazard?
It's named after your favorite vegetable.
What?
Brussels.
Tomato.
Brussels. Yeah, Brussels. Yeah, that's your favorite Brussels
I've
sprouts?
been to Brussels.
Brussels.
You've been to Brussels?
Yeah.
Brussels.
Like-
Wait, so I said Belgium. You said I can't name a city. I said this. You said I've been there.
No, I've been to the airport.
Oh yeah, what's the name of the airport?
I have no idea.
Zaventem. Yeah, that's okay. Nobody knows that. I mean, Belgian people know it. But, okay, if you can call them people. All right. Now, I wonder if Karen's gonna edit that out. All right. Now, this game was, nobody said the country yet, so people in Groningen are really mad at you. And Groningen has a big tournament every year with 1 million GMs, so you guys should have heard of it. It's in the same country as Vikonsee.
What's white content?
That's the even stronger tournament. Vikonsee has Super GM tournament every January. Like 10 Super GMs, Kramnik, Anand, Kasparov, and those are the weak players. Okay, the correct answer is the Netherlands, AKA Holland.
Oh.
You know Dutch?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they heard Dutch. Okay. Anyway, this guy's Dutch, and you know his friend Greg and Dharma, except Dharma's a guy. So the truth hurts. All right, so we got this position. Obviously, frankly, he took back. Okay, now we're going to vote, and you're going to vote wrong. And I'll tell you why you're wrong. I'll tell you why, but I'll tell you after.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Also
Who's better, white or black? Or you can vote it's equal. You can vote whatever you want.
black.
Well, we haven't voted yet. You have to look and go, interesting. Okay, who says white's better? Who says black's better? And who says it's equal?
Actually, I think white's better.
Who?
I think white's better.
Okay, so 2 said black, 1 said equal, 1 said white, and 1 abstention. What is it?
Equal.
So 2 equal, 2 black, and 1 white? Man, chess must be hard because we got 5 opinions over here. Okay, the reason I thought you would be wrong, and some of you were wrong, is because you just say, oh, well, you were black, so black's better. And normally, that would be correct if I was showing the game. Incorrect. Okay, if you said white's better or it's equal, you get credit.
Yeah.
Because the computer says white is a little better. In my opinion, if 2 super grandmasters or 2 supercomputers are playing, it'll be a draw. Okay. Now, we started out well. I played the only move you could ever play here.
Rook c5.
It's black's move.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll flip the board because I was black. Rawr. I mean, white just took back the rook, so it has to be black's move. Okay, so black played the only move I'd ever talk about in the endgame. Rawr. Every lecture. I did it like 2 minutes ago.
King b7.
Okay, yeah, I moved my king up. Yeah. Okay, and he played king c2. He's going to d3. Yeah, we're great. Look how great we are. Moving our king up. Okay.
Why do you move the d3? You're not doing anything.
He's not going to play e4?
Well.
He might. And when I say he might, give him a move. Okay, so I played a5. Now, what did Capablanca say? He said, I'm Capablanca. I'm the world champion, yo. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
He said, where are my cigars at? I'm Cuban. Did he say any of that?
No.
Probably.
Yes.
But what did he say about the endgame, which applies to this position?
What did I am?
Capablanca. He was the world chess champion 1921 and 1927, which I know you knew.
Me,
And he said in endgames you should do this, which applies here. He said you should advance your majority. When you have more pawns, then queen them. Where does black have more pawns, king side or queen side?
Queen.
So I push my queen side. Where does white have more pawns?
King side.
Close.
Queen side.
Close.
In the middle.
The middle. Yeah, he's got 2 pawns in the middle, and I have 0. So, yeah. You could have said king side center, I would give you some credit. So he played rook a1, I can't play a4 anymore, and my pawn's attacked. So I resigned. No, so I played b4, advancing my majority and saving my pawn. He played h3, which the computer doesn't like. There's a very complicated reason he played h3, which is incorrect. He was like, if I play e4, he'll take, I'll take, he'll play knight f6 attacking my pawn. If I play e5, he'll play knight g4 forking. And none of that made any sense, by the way. But that's what he was thinking. So he played h3, so I can't play knight g4. That's too much thinking. Okay, h3 is okay there. I played knight f6. Now if he plays e4, I'm ready for him.
Rook e1.
I don't think he's going to play e4. Rook c1, but rook e1 is also good. Okay? So this is funny. He's stopping me from moving my a pawn by playing rook a1. I'm stopping him from playing e4, and he's stopping me from playing c5. We're very defensive-minded. Most people, when they play chess, they're like, I did this, and then I hung my queen, and I got mated. And we're like, he's going to do this, and I'm going to stop him, and he's going to do this, and I'm going to stop him, and the computer says equal.
Now how come you
Okay? Well, remember what I told you before, they play good, then they stop. I don't know why people stop. I guess they want me to win. Okay, I played c6 because I want to move my king up, but king b5 looks very risky because he'll take my c7 pawn and I'll resign. Okay, so c6 is good because I stop him from moving his d pawn, my knight's defended, if I ever go here all my pawns are defended, so c6 makes sense. Rook e1, as you suggested for obvious reasons, e4.
Yeah.
King b5, as I suggested, e4. Okay, and now I want to play c5, but I'm worried about his pawns, so I played knight d7. Now if he ever plays d5, my knight's got a lot of good squares, and I can play c5. He can't stop me. Rook c1, tried to stop me. Rook d8, oh snap! Here I come. Then he played bishop g5 because he's mean. Then I move my rook again because I got this pawn to move. Yes, and I queen and he resigned. Rook a1, c5, yes, advancing my majority. Capablanca would be happy if he was alive. Although if he was alive, he'd be really old. Might not be that happy. See, how old would he be? Probably about 130, so maybe he wouldn't be happy. Okay, he died in the 1940s, so he's probably not going to be alive, yeah? Okay, and by the way, I told this story before, but you guys weren't listening and you weren't here, so you have 2 good excuses. A guy that I know who later became 2300, but he wasn't 2300 at this time. He came over our house when I was a kid and played blitz chess with my dad. And my mom would feed him, so he'd come over. And he was eating once, and he asked my mom, does Morphe still play chess? And this was in like 1980. And Morphe died in like 1880. So the answer was no. Yeah. Like, my mom's like, what? I don't play chess, but no. My mom didn't know anything about chess, but she knew Morphe didn't play chess anymore. She knew that. So it's funny, because the guy played like Morphe, I think he thought Morphe was alive. So he like played like Morphe. He's like, I like those openings. And he goes, what? He's been dead for 100 years. Okay, so bishop e3, obviously. Rook to d8. Yes, I keep playing rook to d8. Now, remember when he played bishop g5 when I moved away? Remember that?
Yeah.
Now my pawn's on c5, so it's all different. Because now I could check him, and then I could take it.
It's a double check.
It's a double check? Let me double check that analysis.
It's not double check.
Well, it's kind of like a pin check. I don't know.
Yeah, it's some kind of tricky, yeah, exactly. Okay.
No.
So he played king e2, which is the losing move. Before that, the computer said I was a little bit better. Now the computer says I'm winning. And if we talked about it before, possibly we didn't. Possibly. You should move your king up in the endgame. We've never talked about that, have we?
Never, we haven't.
No, but he moved his king backwards, and that's not a good move. Shocking. Okay, I took on d4, he took back, obviously.
And
And I played rook c8, here I come. Yes. And no, he didn't resign. King e3. He's doing a triangulation of his king. Very suspicious. Knight f8. Where's my knight going?
e6.
E6. He only has one idea. Queening his e-pawn. Now he has 0 ideas. Yeah? My knight's good on e6. It controls everything. That's a good knight. And after the game, I told him good night and good luck. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't sue me. Okay. They can't sue me because I'm not smoking a cigarette. So they can't sue me.
Oh.
Complicated joke. Okay, so rook e1. Ask me why he played rook e1. Ask me. No, ask me.
Why did you play rook e1?
Oh.
Because
No, I don't know.
He has nothing.
Oh. No, I don't know.
he doesn't know what to move.
So, one of your favorite shows ever, and none of you have heard of it except you, called Sanford and Son. Heard of it? Mm-hmm. On Sanford and Son, one of them was 6. They sent a doctor over. Okay, he was a suspicious doctor. Anyway, he's coughing and smoking, the doctor. It's a comedy. And at some point, he says, is my back okay? And the doctor's like, I don't know. And he says, well, aren't you a doctor? He's like, yeah. He says, and you don't know? He says, do you know how many doctors today are willing to admit they don't know when they don't know? And he's like, no, how many? He says, I don't know. Okay, so why do you play rook e1?
I don't know.
I don't know. If I could ask him. So I guess he ran out of ideas. His idea was to queen his e-pawn, and I'm going to play knight e6, so that was it. He got no other ideas. Okay, so he played rook e1, I played knight e6, he moved his bishop, I played knight c5, because that looks like a good idea. I like that idea. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, he played e5, and now I made the move you would never think of ever. Never.
Rook e8.
What? No, you can't say it because then you thought of it.
Oh. Rook e8.
If you said it, I'm wrong.
Rook e8. Rook e8.
Ricky 8.
Wait, let's just name all of the moves that he can make. Ready? Go.
Well,
Rook c6, rook c7, rook
A4.
d8, rook
okay.
f6.
Now here's the way I play chess. It's different than the way you play. I find out what my opponent's going to do, and I never let them do it. Never. That tells you the move I
Knight
made.
e6.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
Yeah.
we said that.
Mhm. Now I don't think his bishop is very good. Okay. Now in this position, that bishop was looking good. What a good bishop. And when I went here, he was thinking, aha, I'll play here. Ben obviously is going to take. He just played knight c5, and then here we go. I have a chance. Maybe I'm losing, but I have a chance. And I said, no, you have no chance.
No.
You can't do anything ever, ever. So it could be knight e6 is a bad move, and the engine said, why are you doing that? You should play knight takes b3. But I don't let my opponent do anything. And they get very frustrated, because they like to do stuff.
They got so frustrated.
Yeah. Also, it's very hard to see, because I played knight c5, and it came from e6. So going back to e6 is weird. People don't see moves like that. Okay, now we go get his b-pawn. Let's go get him, right?
Rook d3.
Yep, let's go get the b-pawn anyway. Roar! Let's get him. Boy, Capablanca would like that. I advance my majority, and I block his passed pawn. He played takes, and I made the shocking move. 2 moves win, my move's better. It's shocking, that gives you the answer.
King C3.
Yeah, king takes a4 is too normal. King c4, now we're talking. He only has 1 move.
Rook.
No,
Well, you only have 1 legal rook move.
Rook takes d3.
no, rook takes C3.
Yeah, that's the only legal move. Also, if it was black's move, you'd be right.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so he played here, I played there. I think I'm closer to queening than him. How's his bishop gonna stop my pawn? Aw, you feel bad for him?
Virus
No.
That would do it. He played bishop e7, and then he played bishop, and then he played here, and his idea was, if I go here, he'll play bishop a3 check, and if I take, he'll take, and he has the 2 passed pawns, and my pawns are gone. I like this pawn. Now here's what most of you do, and it's wrong, so don't do it. You're like, king b2, threatening the queen. Correct. The only way to stop queening is, after king b2,
Bishop A3.
bishop a3, that loses a piece, so I'll play king b2. And that's the end of your thinking.
No.
Okay? If he gives up a piece for that pawn, he should be really happy that he's got 2 passed pawns. And my knight has to stop them both.
Knight C7, knight B5.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I should get my knight in there. Okay. So I played knight d4, and I have a good reason. When I play king b2, and I take his bishop, he takes my pawn. You agree, we talked about it. After knight d4, he doesn't take my pawn. It's defended.
Yeah.
Now I'll play king b2. Okay, and if you play king c1, black has the advantage. Okay, also this move incredibly wins.
Yeah.
Okay, so he played a6, his only counterplay. I played here. He played bishop a3 check, he has to. I took it.
A7.
A7, and I go here, and now he realized if he queens, and I queen, he has 1 legal move,
King B3.
and then I play, let's see who the smartest is.
Queen.
You raised your hand, I can't believe it.
Queen to c3.
You're the smartest.
Yay.
Mate. If I didn't mate him, I would still win him up a knight, but that's, mate is good. Right. And that was the only variation analyzed, was king a3, and then he's like, oh, okay, I resign. Okay, so that was interesting. The game started as equal. He played the same strength as me, even though he's lower rated. And then he didn't. I got my passed pawns going. You agree my passed pawn got going. His kingside majority, I put a knight on e6. And he was like, aw, what did he do wrong? Nobody knows. No, I actually know. I didn't know until today. I've looked at this game in 30 years. It was played less than 30 years ago. In this position, what did he do? Do you remember?
Bishop G5.
No, that would have been bad. What did he do?
Bishop G5.
No, that would have been bad.
What?
We analyzed bishop g5, knight e5 check. Then somebody said it was a double check, and somebody said it wasn't. Okay, what did he do? Do you remember forgot what he did? We looked at it 6 minutes ago. And I said, this move is bad. Raw, and I complained about it.
Wait, King E2.
Yeah, his king was moving up, then he went back. Then he went up, then back. What did I do? I played b5, b4, a5, c5. This is what I did. And then I won. What did he do? He did that, and then he took a chill pill. Okay, so I got my pass pawns going, and he didn't, so I won the endgame. That was a hard endgame because we were in time trouble, so he had a good excuse, right? And that's my philosophy of the endgame. You don't have to win in 1 move, you win when the game's over. If it takes you 90 moves, it takes you 90 moves, right? If you have to roam the earth forever, then that's what you'll do. You and Sam Jackson, right? It's the only thing I can say from Pulp Fiction, which is rated G. That's the only thing. It was the only line in the movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's their favorite movie. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Are you old enough to see it? I don't think I'm old enough to see it. I saw it. Yeah. But anyway, I don't care how long it takes me to win, as long as I win. So my opponent wants to queen, I stop them. Then I queen later. They don't stop me. They try. Well, they don't try. They try to try. Okay. So in those endings, what did we learn? Queen your passed pawns, which I did in all of them. Even the ones I didn't. No, I think I did. Move your king up the board. Look at the kings. My king's on the 4th rank. His on the 2nd rank. The 4th rank's better. Then my king went up and up and up and up, and his stayed on the second rank and first rank. Right? My king went, look, keep looking at the game. Look at the black king. Right? Up, up. See that? See my king?
Yeah.
My king started on B8, and now it's on B2.
Well, both of your kings are on the second rank.
Yeah, my king started here, and I went there. That's what I teach. Why do I teach it? Because I used to do it, and then I won. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's right. Right? And my knight's in the middle, and my pawn's in the 7th rank. Hooray for me.
Second
Yeah?
rank.
Okay. And then, what did my opponents say from your favorite country, the Netherlands?
British.
I don't get it.
German.
What? No, what did he say?
Germany.
No, what did he say? What did he say?
Wait, who?
This guy.
Give me liberty.
I have no idea.
Class. Dismissed.
Oh.